Hey, so I wanted to talk about the power of no and saying no, protecting your boundaries, and not saying yes to freaking everything. I know that for a while the fad was all this positivity, which is great. And it was a big yes to life. I agree, big yes to life, yes, but also no, no, no. Sometimes saying yes to life means saying no to other things. We have to be able to prioritize. We have to be able to put the most important things first. And we have to be able to say no to things, or we won't be able to say yes to anything. I hope that makes sense. So I am doing a few things this year to protect my boundaries and to protect my no, that powerful 2-letter word. The first thing I am doing is what I call the 48-hour rule. That means that if anyone asks me to do anything or commit to anything that will occur within 48 hours, the answer is no. It is not maybe, it's not let me check my schedule or move some things around, it's no. People might think, oh, that's a little bit harsh, that's a little crazy. But the reason for that is if it's within 48 hours, I guarantee you already know roughly what your day is going to look like for those 2 days. And if you do something and add stuff in, you're gonna have to push things around, you're gonna let stuff slide, and it's most likely gonna be the stuff that's your self-care. That's what's gonna slide in order to make it to this party, this camping trip, this event, whatever it is. I honestly can't think of a single example in which I agreed to something within 48 hours and it turned out good for me. I honestly will do that, and then I get really upset and resentful. How dare they ask me? They can ask me. I can say no. I should have said no. I didn't. That's on me. But I'm saying no now. I am no longer going to be committing to things within a 48-hour time period. So the second thing that I am doing is I have very clear goals this year, and I am committing to all of them. And if it doesn't fit into one of those 3 boxes, it's also out. So I am focusing on my physical health, my mental health, and my spiritual health. And I do consider my mental health to include my relationships. So that does include seeing friends and family and time with my husband. So that does fit into that box. But if it doesn't fit into one of those things, then it really isn't something that I'm going to focus on right now. My clear focuses are my writing, my physical wellness, my spiritual wellness, my relationships. That's it. And if it's something else that I haven't already committed to, then I just don't have time on my plate for it. And I will say no to that because my boundaries are important for me. It's been really hard to get to the point where I have boundaries. For a very long time, I didn't. I just bent over backwards. I was a people pleaser. I feel like this is the narrative that I've heard from so many women, especially women who've experienced trauma in their lives, that they were people pleasers and they did everything everyone wanted and then they got burnt out. And now they're here physically unhealthy, trying to make a change. And that's what I'm doing. So I am protecting my no. And those are I guess my 2 big things is my goals for the year and really committing to them. Everything else is out, and my 48-hour rule. And I'm sure that there are some other things that I could do. Those are working for me right now. If you have any other suggestions, please comment them below. Please give me some tips. I'm new to this. I've been a people pleaser my whole life. I am working on it. I think as the years have progressed, I've gotten better at it, but it's a relatively new thing for me. I also think this is another aspect that's really important that I'm not very good at and I would like to get better at. And if you have advice for me, it's routines, morning routines and evening routines, and protecting those sacred moments. It's as if I were going to church. These are my most absolute precious sacred moments, and I'm not very good at those yet, so I couldn't really list those in the 2 things that I'm doing because I haven't gotten there yet, but that is on my list of things to try to figure out. A friend of mine made a video about 5 and 5 that she does in the morning and the evening. It's 5 minutes of 5 different habits to try to work on those things in the morning and the evening, and she goes into much more detail and it's a much better video, so I'm going to go ahead and link that below also. But if you have any more suggestions for me on how to protect my big and powerful no and my boundaries, then please comment below. And to everyone else out there who is dealing with post-trauma recovery, I feel you, and I would love to be a person that you could talk to and create some kind of community for us. I don't know. I have all these things churning in my head, but that is the main goal of why I'm here, is to try to help other women who are going through something similar. So if you have advice, let me know. If you just want to follow along, please do so, and I'll talk to you next time.